In the autumn of 2024, radio technician Oliver Hayes was working the night shift at a small communication station near the Scottish coast. The job was usually quiet. Most nights, he monitored weather signals and maritime radio traffic. Nothing unusual ever happened. Then, at exactly 2:17 a.m., a new signal appeared. It was weak, repeating, and coming from somewhere out at sea. Oliver adjusted the receiver. At first, all he heard was static. Then a voice. Faint. Distorted. A man speaking slowly. The message repeated every 30 seconds. The strange thing was that the transmission contained no distress call, no coordinates, and no identification code. Only one sentence. Again and again. Please don't come looking for us. Oliver recorded the signal. For nearly an hour it continued. Always the same voice. Always the same words. At 3:11 a.m., the transmission suddenly stopped. The silence felt unsettling. The next morning, Oliver reported the incident. No ships were missing. No emergency beacons had been activated. Nothing unusual had been reported anywhere along the coast. Yet the recording remained. That evening, Oliver listened to it again. This time, he noticed something he had missed before. Behind the voice, there was another sound. A ship's horn. Very distant. Very faint. He compared it with maritime records. The horn matched an older type of cargo vessel, a model that hadn't been used for decades. Then he checked one final detail. The radio frequency itself. According to official records, it had been abandoned more than 40 years earlier. No one should have been transmitting on it. And yet, the signal had been real. At exactly 2:17 a.m. the following night, the transmission returned. The next night, Oliver waited for the signal. At exactly 2:17 a.m., it returned. The same voice. The same message. Please don't come looking for us. This time, Oliver recorded everything. As he listened closely, he noticed something new. There were other voices in the background, too faint to understand. Then, for a brief moment, the transmission changed. A different voice spoke. Just 3 words. We're still here. The signal immediately returned to normal. Oliver traced the transmission as best he could. The source appeared to be coming from far offshore, near an area where a cargo ship had disappeared during a storm in 1978. The ship had never been found. No wreckage. No survivors. Nothing. Later that night, Oliver searched old newspaper archives. One article caught his attention. It included the names of several crew members from the missing ship. As he read the list, a cold feeling ran through him. One of the names matched the name spoken during the mysterious transmission. The same name. The same spelling. The same person. At exactly 3:11 a.m., the signal stopped. But before it disappeared, one final sound could be heard. A distant ship's horn. Somewhere out in the darkness. The following night, Oliver listened again. At 2:17 a.m., the signal returned. But this time, the message was different. The voice said, "The storm is coming." Outside, the sky was clear. There was no bad weather forecast. Still, Oliver noted the message in his log. Several hours later, a powerful storm unexpectedly formed along the coast. Fishing boats were forced to return to harbor. The weather warning surprised everyone, except Oliver. Over the next few weeks, the mysterious transmission appeared several more times. Always at the same hour. Always on the abandoned frequency. Then one night, it stopped. Completely. No voice. No signal. Nothing. Months later, Oliver reviewed all the recordings. In the final transmission, he noticed something strange. Very quietly, beneath the static, the voice spoke one last sentence. "Thank you for listening." The signal was never heard again. To this day, no one knows who sent it, or why it came from a frequency that should have been silent for more than 40 years.